President Trump has ordered US government agencies to stop using artificial intelligence made by Anthropic. The head of Anthropic, Dario Amodei, says he won't allow his programs to be used for mass domestic surveillance or for making fully autonomous weapons.
Asian stock markets have dropped during early trading on Monday. Japan's key Nikkei index fell more than 2%, while the Kospi index in South Korea was around 1% lower.
Donald Trump has said he's very disappointed in Britain's Prime Minister Keir Starmer for initially not allowing the US to use a British base in the Indian Ocean at the start of the war with Iran. Speaking to two British newspapers, Mr. Trump said Sir Keir had taken far too long and had not been very helpful.
Asian stock markets are seeing dramatic falls because of the crisis in the Middle East. South Korea's Kospi exchange has dropped by 12%. Seoul is a big importer of Middle Eastern oil. Japan's Nikkei index is down 4%.
Air travel continues to be disrupted by the war. Ethiopian Airlines has announced financial losses of at least $135 million a week following the suspension of flights to Middle Eastern destinations. The US has eased its embargo on Russian oil after prices rose because of the Iran war. The US Treasury Secretary said he was granting India a 30-day waiver to buy sanctioned Russian oil. More measures are expected later.
Crude oil prices have jumped above $100 a barrel after energy producers in the Middle East cut production because of the conflict. Benchmark Brent crude was 18% higher. President Trump said the increase was temporary and a small price to pay.
Train travel between China and North Korea will resume this week for the first time since the initial stages of the COVID pandemic. But initially, there will only be limited space for non-official passengers.
And scientists have identified for the first time the full range of hedgehogs' hearing, a discovery which they hope could save their lives. They want to create devices which emit sounds inaudible to humans to help steer the mammals away from dangers such as busy roads.
China's National People's Congress has approved an ethnic unity law that requires all schools and government business to use Mandarin Chinese over minority ethnic languages. Critics believe the measure will further erode the rights of groups including Uyghurs and Tibetans.
President Trump's urged other countries, including China and Britain, to join the United States in sending warships to secure the Strait of Hormuz. Iran's largely blocked the vital waterway in retaliation for American and Israeli attacks, driving up global energy prices.
The Winter Paralympic Games have closed in northern Italy with a glittering closing ceremony, which included the formal handover to the next host, the nearby French Alps.
There's a warning that moving English language tests online for migrants wanting a visa to enter Britain could leave the process open to cheating. Under the scheme, English exams for migrant visas could be taken at a location of the applicant's choosing. It could be operational by December.
South Korea's President Lee Jae-myung has called on the authorities to make sure security is watertight ahead of the free comeback concert of BTS in Seoul on Saturday.
And the Argentine football star Lionel Messi has scored his 900th career goal. He shot through a crowded box to reach the milestone, but his club Inter Miami was still eliminated by Nashville SC.
Video review technology will be introduced at this year's Wimbledon Tennis Championships for the first time. Players will be able to challenge certain calls made by the match umpire, but not the accuracy of the electronic line calling system.
The American basketball player LeBron James has broken the record for most regular season games played in the NBA. The 41-year-old Los Angeles Lakers star has made 1,612 appearances.
The organisers of the Los Angeles 2028 Olympics and Paralympics have unveiled the official visual identity for the Games, a floral-themed design meant to reflect the city's landscape, neighbourhoods and culture. The branding will appear at venues.
Crude oil prices have fallen sharply in early trading after Iran said it was opening up the Strait of Hormuz to what it called non-hostile commercial shipping.
Tehran said vessels, including oil tankers, would be allowed to pass through the strait if they coordinated with the Iranian authorities.
A jury in California has found the tech giants Google and Meta liable for harming a young woman's mental health by creating intentionally addictive social media platforms. She's been awarded a total of $6 million. Her lawyer said the message was that accountability had arrived. Both companies plan to appeal. The golfer Tiger Woods is in jail after a car crash in Florida. Police say he's been charged with driving while under the influence. Woods was seriously injured in a crash in California 5 years ago.
The Australian government is halving fuel taxes for 3 months to try to ease surging prices at petrol stations. The move will cost $2.5 billion Australian dollars.
시청해 주셔서 감사합니다. 다음 시간에 뵙겠습니다.